Samira Hussain in New York. Now it's time for our daily look at some of the newspaper and website stories which have caught our eye. Joining us, Emily Taylor, Chief Executive of Oxford Information Labs, a cybersecurity consultancy, perfect for the story that we are going to do.
Yes, absolutely. Financial Times, WhatsApp hack led to targeting hundreds of journalists, dissidents, etc. You've talked to us about this when it originally came to light, this Israeli company that's accused. Just tell us what's going on.
Yes, so back in May we heard that WhatsApp had been hacked. This was a real surprise because WhatsApp is known as this encrypted app and felt to be very secure. Today we've heard that WhatsApp is suing this Israeli cybersecurity company called NSO, and it's alleging a number of things, but including breach of its own terms and conditions, because it's saying that it has used the application in a way that has abused human rights activists. It has worked with Citizen Lab, a Canadian civil society group, to identify people who were targeted by this hack. It wasn't everybody, it was just 1,400 people that they found, but 100 of those are prominent human rights defenders, journalists and other civil society activists.
In layman's terms, do we know how this worked? Because obviously WhatsApp, as you said, is supposed to be encrypted, it's supposed to be safe.
Yes, well it was pretty clever the way that they got in, that it would show up as a missed call if it showed up at all. So it was going in through the voice function, and then it didn't even need the person to answer the call, but it would then go in using something called a buffer overflow. So it would send too much. It's like pouring too much into a jug. It has to go somewhere, and it would go into the phone system and give very, very low level access. You think about all the stuff that WhatsApp has access to, your camera, your microphone, your list of contacts, that if you're a civil society or a journalist, then that is going to be very, very revealing.
Now, NSO Group has vehemently denied any wrongdoing whatsoever, and they're going to fight this case. What does it mean for regular WhatsApp users? Quite a few of us around the world watching this. Should we be concerned?
Well, I think that the way that WhatsApp dealt with this was very responsible, because back in May they made the announcement very quickly after they found out. They issued a release, and so that, you know, the standard sort of advice is don't panic, but do patch. So when you see those updates coming through on any kind of application, do update your systems.
And the lesson at the end of all this is, whatever the app, nothing is safe. Nothing is secure.
100% secure, no matter how good it is.
There will be some who say that's a very good thing if it's terrorist-related activities that the security services are trying to monitor.
Absolutely, you know, these things are never black and white. You know, NSO, as you say, it strongly denies this, and what it says is that it helps law enforcement and counter-terrorism across the world. And in those sort of circumstances, I think most people will go, yes, we do want that sort of intelligence. It's when it crosses over the line and starts to undermine human rights protections that people are worried.
WhatsApp is owned by Facebook. It's yet another security breach. It's Facebook in the headlines again for all the wrong reasons. But in this particular case, this is sort of hacking, malware. This is something that WhatsApp was not at all engineering, wasn't it?
It could happen to anybody, and as I say, if you contrast with Yahoo, which had a massive hack a few years ago and took years to admit it, WhatsApp got onto it quickly. But Facebook has been in the news for all the wrong reasons, and with related stories today, so not a good day for them perhaps.
Emily, thanks for being on and explaining all of that.
Thank you so much.